Hi everyone. In my last video, I talked about writing about trauma and why it's so hard. All of the reasons that we don't think of and that aren't so obvious of why it's so hard to write about trauma. And in that video, I talked about the healing journey, how when you are on a healing journey or you've come out on the other side of a healing journey, you many times will feel the call to write about it because you now have information that could help other people. This video, I'm talking about what to do when you're scared others will judge your writing, because that's one of the big fears that shows up. The moment we realize, oh, I think I need to write a book, or I think I need to write about this. This feels like a really strong intuition. This feels like a really strong calling of my soul. Those fears show up. And the number one fear is, I'm really scared of what other people will think. I'm really scared of being judged. That's a very common fear for writers. So the thing is, when you know that your story could help others, that's when it starts to feel really serious. That's when it stops feeling like something you're just playing around with as an idea, and it starts to feel like, this is something I'm going to do, this is something I need to do. And whenever you have that kind of epiphany in your life, you will also have those voices show up that try to talk you out of it. And so the fear of being judged is one of those voices that comes up. It comes up in many different forms. Sometimes we're really afraid that our writing won't be good enough, right? People will judge us on the level of our writing, the caliber of our writing, and it won't be good enough. We won't measure up. Another way this shows up is a fear that similar stories have already been told, right? So, well, I experienced this situation or I experienced this trauma, but so have so many other people, and there are already memoirs out there about it. There are already articles. Why should I add my voice, right? What do I have to offer if so many similar stories have already been told? There's also a really big fear that you will get backlash from friends and family. This is a genuine fear. This is not just an imaginary thing that never happens to anybody. A lot of people do experience backlash from friends and family. So this is a legitimate fear. But it also is rooted to the fear of being judged, because that's what we're really saying. I'm scared my friends and family will read this and they'll think less of me, or they won't believe me, or they'll think something of me, right? They'll think something of me that's negative and not good. This is all the same fear. Everything I just named is the same fear. It's the fear that people will judge us and that they will judge our writing. We have to deal with this fear if we're ever going to move forward with writing our book, our story. When we are on our healing journey, or we're trying to come out on the other side of a healing journey, writing our story is a particularly big part of that, and it's a particularly important part of that. So this fear of judgment really has to be overcome. Because if nothing else, we have to write this story for ourselves. We have to write this story to complete our healing cycle, and we can't let anything get in the way of that. So the way to begin to overcome this fear of judgment is to focus on the people that you know you will help, right? So focusing on the people who are you 10 years ago, or you 5 years ago, right? You before you went through your transformation, while you were experiencing the trauma, while you felt scared and confused and you didn't know where to turn to and you didn't know where to find resources. Those are the people that you are going to help. You're going to put your focus on those people. You're going to take your focus off the people who are not your audience. So the friends and family members you already know probably won't approve of your book or your writing, or the people out there that you already know are not a match for your book or your writing, right? The people you know are not your audience. You are going to take your focus off of them, and you're going to put it on the people you know you can help. Because the truth is, and this is a hard truth, especially for new writers, most of the time, most of our friends and family are not our audience. They may love us, or they may be biologically related to us, right? They might have some sort of connection with us, but that doesn't automatically guarantee that they're going to be a match for our writing, or the way we are, or the way we express ourselves, or what we have to say. So you can't measure anything by their reaction. It's useless to measure anything by the reaction of people who are not your audience. The truth is, you have not met your audience yet, and that's something that new writers, especially those that have never published before, usually don't know. You have not met your audience yet. You're not going to meet them until you put your writing out there into the world. That's when your real audience, your true audience, shows up, is when you do write the book, or you do start the blog, and you do start putting your writing out into the world. These people are out there, and they do need your help. They are going through the same experiences that you've already gone through. They're having the same experience you already had, where they feel alone, they feel isolated, they feel weird or helpless, powerless, like they don't know where to turn or they don't know what information would help them. You cannot let yourself be blocked from helping the people you're supposed to help because of the people who aren't a match for you or your writing anyway. I'm teaching a new class all about this and so much more. It's called Write to Heal. We're going to be getting into all of this, getting over the fear of judgment, writing fiction based on your own trauma with difficult storylines and characters, writing memoir and the difficulties of writing memoir when you are writing about trauma, you're writing about a healing journey, you're writing stuff that very well may affect your friends and family and you're really scared about it. That's the kind of stuff we're going to be covering in this new class. It's 3 classes. They are live classes over Zoom. They're also going to be recorded. You can attend live. You don't have to attend live. You can catch the video replays later. You'll still get all of the benefits. So please subscribe to my newsletter if you are not already, because that's where I send out all the notifications. Every time I open up a new class, I get emails from people saying, is it open yet? Or doors open? How will I know? And I say, get on the newsletter list, because if you're on the newsletter list, you will not be able to not know when the doors are open. I send frequent newsletters, so make sure you're on the newsletter list. Please also, if this video was helpful to you, like, share, subscribe. That stuff is really helpful, and I really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel as well to get more videos on writing about trauma, writing to heal, writing difficult memoir, writing difficult fiction, an intuitive approach to writing, creativity, personality types. I do all sorts of videos, so please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of that. I'll be releasing one more video in this series to give you a sneak peek of this new class, Write to Heal. Until then, thanks so much everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.